Hi, this is Confessions of a Gong Farmer by me, James Mannion. I heard it rumoured round the castle bogs the master carpenter's been clocked out dancing at the Five Logs, the tavern down on Gallows Lane, arm in arm with the Lady Mary. Witnesses say he put his hand on her wrist and twisted it gently. Incidentally, and as you might expect, our Lord is vexed and sent the order out this morning that this man is now an outlaw and his head is worth £1,000 or more depending on the source. A scaffold's been erected in the square where, if they catch him, they will have a man with axe dispatch him, as a warning to the hordes of paupers, some of whom have glanced from time to time at this high-born wench or that and said, "I fancy a plunge." This will expunge any ideas that those of lowly status could conceivably be favoured by the daughters of the wealthy. When your role is cleaning out the castle bogs, you get all sorts of gossip flying around amidst the shit and piss and the occasional unlucky fuckwit who falls 50 feet to his death through the hole of the latrine and has to be fished out with a hook for burial, except no one intends to send him off since the stench is so offensive. Spending 50 minutes with the corpse is like entering the back end of a horse that's got amoebic dysentery and fleas. One bloke sneezed while crapping, flew back and was last seen flapping for grip as he slipped down a chute into a day's worth of processed food. In my brief tenure there have been 172 such deaths. The castle safety certificate is at an all-time low, a blow which is hardly softened by his lordship's staunch commitment to decapitating any fit young male, hung bigger than himself, who sticks his tongue in the vicinity of his daughter's virginity. No, it's a bit shit, this feudal system, I'll give you that. That's my 2 cents. Nothing seems to make sense at all, and power is concentrated in the hands of those who don't behave particularly well with it. Ah, to hell with it. At least I've got employment, even if my job is shoveling the offal of those considered better than me on account of their parents. I can't complain, though. Quite a high percentage of people starve to death before they reach 30. I'm 29, and I'm only extremely hungry, so I'm winning, really. And I managed to avoid the plague or any vague accusations of petty treason or horse theft or larceny or even arson. I never married, which I think might be the stench, but when I get my pension and finally have some time to wash off all this grime, I think I'll retire somewhere peaceful and marry a pretty girl, or at the very least talk to one, which I've never done. And I'll tell you what, if I see the master carpenter sneaking around after dark, I won't be handing him over to the clerk, and yes, I am fully aware he's an outlaw, but I'll tell you why. Because he's not actually a bad guy. Sure, he touched the wrist of that posh bitch and now her father's up in arms. Well, you know, so what? We're little ants. We march across this patch of turf for what, 40-odd years? Remember, this is 1412, this poem's set in. Such a brief window. Pigs in the swill get just as dirty as we do, have just as perverted libidos, but live without morals and moralisers, leaders and extorters who put chastity belts on their daughters. Am I saying pigs have it better than us? Until someone kills them and eats them, yes.